You should not have the ability to purchase and argue with referee.
I'm gonna purchase the worst ones. I'm gonna purchase attempts overhead kicks. Argues with officials, winds up opponents, dives into tackles.
Punches child in the first row. I can't wait to get that trait. All right.
Uses long throw to start counterattack with my 2 long throws.
Do you guys have this happening on your player review?
I'll take a look real quick.
Yes.
But I'm also going to intro us in. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Not the Fourth Line podcast. This is our SSL podcast, VAR-Fetched Takes. Name still pending.
Ooh.
Name still pending.
Benchside stories.
It very well could be
retire.
benchside stories.
All right, guys, I'm out. I had a long career.
That's my bit.
I've had a long and storied career. I'm happy. I'm happy you accommodated me so well. I think it's time for me to hang up the boots and make my transition into managing.
Before he retires, let's at least get through these introductions.
I'll be sure to nepotize and sign all of you.
There we go.
On ridiculous wages.
I am your host, Dr. Wad. I am joined by Greg Evil, Hungman Smalls, and Remy Tyrell. What's going on, everybody?
Not much.
Not much?
Just kind of excited to get into the SSL league.
Yeah. So if you are not familiar with our game or our name to fame, we run the Fourth Line podcast over in the SHL server, minus Remy here. But now that we've jumped over into the SSL league, we found that we can continue doing silly little podcasts to continue making some money. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. So we've got a couple of topics that we're going to get into today. Today's episode is going to be a little on the shorter side. Typically over at SHL, they're used to hearing us ramble and joke around for about an hour, maybe sometimes closer to an hour and a half. But here, we're probably going to keep it short and simple, maybe anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Do we agree?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's just roll with it. It's kind of the same as SHL.
Yeah. We'll do little jokes, little gags, maybe a couple swear words here and there, but it's all up to however we do.
Couple.
Maybe a little more than a couple.
Remy loves the word fuck.
Hey.
Listen, man, I've got rematch in the background. You're going to be hearing more than a couple from me, all right?
Oh, God. All right. So jumping into it, I'm going to go ahead and pull up our topics for today. But the real first topic that I wanted to go over and talk about, that would be the fact that this is a completely new thing for us, and we've got completely new characters. Some of us have not changed the names for our completely new characters, but we're all around brand new.
Yeah.
So instead of... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the reason why we're kind of excited for this is because we have thousands, probably close to almost 2,000 to 3,000 hours collectively as a group here in FC. 98% of that coming from Remy.
I would say more. I would say closer to 5,000 combining all of us.
I do have right now 850 hours, I think, in this year's game.
Dude, that's crazy. I think I've got like 300, maybe 4.
I probably will hit 1,000 by the end of the year. So I didn't last year because we stopped playing clubs, but
yeah, I mean, with how often we play clubs now, I mean, we're just pretty much into it. But rest assured, you will hear some hot takes, maybe some cold takes in regards to some football chats here, whether it's real life or whether it's a part of the Sim League. Primarily, I do want to try and talk more about the Sim League than the real leagues, because you can go to the actual fucking pundits for that instead of listening to us talk about the woes of Spurs and the shit stomps over at Man United. But no, jumping into it, we've got 4 created players. If you can't see by the names abbreviated, of course, I'm sticking with Dr. Wad. Greg Evil sticking with Greg Evil. But our good friend Smalls, he's ditched the name Smoking Jay Cutler. He's left it over at hockey, but now he's Hungman Smalls. And then our good buddy Alec here is Remy Tyrell. Now, that being said, we, between the three of us, that being myself, Evil, and Smalls, have almost no knowledge of FM24. However, Remy has way too much knowledge, more than the average player should have in terms of the system. So, when it comes to sim
Pull up my
leagues,
hours actually. One second. Let me have a look.
Pull up my
Dude,
hours.
pull up my hours like I'm a doctor trying to make sure I have enough of I have enough on
Well,
unit
I started
experience for
playing
the
it.
year.
I started playing it last year around the same time FIFA came out. So that's the sort of time frame I've been playing it from. I have 933 hours in one save.
In a single save,
What?
you have 930
In-
hours. That's
In
ridiculous.
just West Ham, yeah. In just a West Ham save, that's it. Yeah.
Jeez, I mean, in terms when it comes to simulation football or simulation leagues in general, we're all rather familiar with how it works. So that's something that I do want to talk about. I want to talk about the comparing and contrasting from SHL into SSL, and as we talk more about FM24 in comparisons to what do we use over at SHL? Is it
FHM?
FHM? Thank you. Yeah, so the comparisons between FM and FHM. So when we were taking a look at players, or when we were first creating our players, we actually got a lot more TPE to work with than we did over in the hockey league. Well, I think when we first started, we were only given 150 to start over at hockey. We got double that over here, or even more than double that actually. We got 350 to work with, and I feel like
a reason.
well, yes, there is a reason. That being there are more stats to pour or dump our points
more
into.
in depth.
Yeah. Now, I know nothing about FM. I'll be blatantly honest here. That is why I'm going to turn to our FM master here. I have some questions in regards to how FM works, player wise and system wise. If you'll humor me a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So when
I'll
it
do my
comes
best.
to FM, if you had to compare it to FIFA, what would be the similarities and the differences?
Not many, if I'm gonna be honest. They're both like. It feels like you're either an FM player or a FIFA player, really.
Mhm.
Some people do jump between both, like me. But usually you have people who are just dedicated one or the other.
Mhm.
They FIFA have been trying to take a bit more of like a FM style statistical and like tactical approach to the way the game's played. Like I know this year with their whole like FCIQ like roles system, they were really trying to sort of go with that whole like roles positions thing. Like you can select how a striker plays, the sort of runs they make. With your like deep line playmaker and stuff like that. FM's been like that for a while, so they've had it a lot more. They've had it a lot more consistent, and they've got it a lot more like down to a science. But yeah, I mean, you play FIFA for the actual act of playing football. You play FM if you want to manage a football club.
Yeah. And I just opened the SSL portal to see to take a look at the team names so I could bring them up and talk about them. They've already approved Alec. They've already approved Remy Terrell. He's already in. Alongside João Cancelo, who is playing at Ram.
How is he here? I like Gianluigi Buffoon.
I do think,
Big fan.
dude, the name puns that you'll see throughout SSL is pretty good. There's a lot of good ones over at SHL, and to see that carries over here is really, really funny.
I have caught a few of the SHL ones. They are very funny.
Yeah. So let's talk about what we're expecting from our players over the next 10 seasons. So my first question, I'm gonna pop this over to Greg. Tell us a little bit about your player. Tell me position, some quirks about your player, and what do you expect over the next 10 seasons?
I don't know what to expect over the next week. I mean, literally, kind of, flying blind on this. Anyway, no, I went with a Shadow Striker because I kind of tried to play like make my player how I enjoy playing FC, being able to cross over and whatnot and help on the wings. Although I did not put any points into crossing, so there will be next to Zero Crossing.
All right, cool, great. I'm gonna crash out in the exact same way I do on Sweet. Can't
Wait,
cross on FIFA.
uh,
Can't cross on FM.
Hey,
Wait, there's a
Hey.
trait that Evil should pick up: no through balls.
No through balls.
no, actually,
True.
I went with the opposite and made sure to grab all the through balls.
Yeah, Remy's crashing out again.
I'm gonna block.
Whoa.
well, rip.
I might have to mute
go to
that.
I actually have to
Yeah.
go to the player store to see the traits or the other traits, but
You're broke,
Yeah.
Evil. You can't afford them.
I know $25,000. It's about what I'm having my actual account.
How do you have 25,000?
I spent.
I have. It says I have like 3 mil.
I spent 2.975 on.
Oh, you've already
CTE.
spent some. Okay.
Okay, so you've already gone through and started spending stuff.
Yeah, I noticed.
Was
that I
gonna wait.
buy that. Anyway, yeah, no, I went with a cam with secondaries of Central and Ram. Otherwise, for traits, I just went placing shots because the net's big, don't need a lot of power when you're close to the net, and then getting into the opposition area to get my guy basically easily past them.
If I watch you p-roll a ball into like the goalkeeper's hands because you have no power on your shots, I'm gonna crash out.
Well, good thing you're probably not on our team. But
So
you know,
yeah,
whatever.
that's the thing. So everyone is put on a team at random. So we don't actually play our own save. There are going to be people who manage our players, and it's up to us to continue upgrading and making our players better. Same thing with the SHL League that we've probably talked about thousands of times in front of you. At
Sometimes
this point.
we're people, sometimes we're squares, sometimes
This
there's
is
no
true.
rink.
This is true. I think
And sometimes there's piss.
sometimes there's piss. We've got to deal with that.
The piss ice. I think they're upgrading their irrigation system though to help with that.
I hope so. That their ice rink is torturous to play at. But enough about
But yeah.
SHL. We're here. Soccer.
Yeah.
talk.
The only things that I was questioning, and I think when we were creating our characters, we kind of were all questioning them, was like, how important is work rate? How important is
Yeah.
Yeah.
pace? Because it doesn't say that they're like required for any position.
Yeah, like specific
I was
stats
like-
aren't highlighted no matter where you change
Yeah.
them sometimes.
Yeah,
so I was
some
like,
some
I went
stats
work
are just
rate
some
10.
stats are just generally some stats are just generally like good to have in FM.
Yeah,
You
so
get
I went-
like
I did that. I went 10 in work
Like
rate, 10
aggression?
working off the ball.
Yes, yeah. No, but obviously some like if you're a striker, you usually want to have high pace. It's like but some
wanna be
stats will never
fast.
be highlighted just because they're generally like they're sort of a miscellaneous stat where you wouldn't really assign them to a specific position. They're just kind of like you want everyone to have work rate, you know.
You want
wanna
everybody
make
to
sure
have
everyone's participating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay, so we've got the very forward thinking evil. Now we're gonna toss the same question over to Hungman Smalls. What are you looking, or what's your positions? What's your player look like, and what are you thinking over the next 10 seasons, if you even have an idea yet?
So I'm a striker, advanced forward striker. I'm not going to be the only one in our group to do
Wait.
that.
Hmm.
But in reality, I've always played more defensive roles in video games, such as SHL, or even when I started playing FIFA, I was always defensive.
Yeah.
I wanted to be on the attack for once. I want to
you
be the
go.
one to score the goals.
Yeah.
And
you got a point
maybe
to prove.
in this league, people will pass to me.
One can hope. One can hope some passing happens
One can
here.
only hope. I mean, I did select 1-2 passing for a reason.
This is true. This is true. But yeah, what are you thinking
but
over
in
the
the
next
next-
10 seasons?
In the next 10 seasons, obviously the first couple seasons is going to be figuring out what works, what doesn't.
Mhm.
After that, it's going to be, the goal is to be the best. So I want to score stupid amount of goals for our
Hey,
club
there we
each
go.
and every game.
That's what we like to hear.
Yep,
Now,
yep, yep, yep.
now we're gonna jump this over to Remy. What type of player are you building here? Position? What you thinking over the next 10
A
seasons?
good one.
A good.
I am dedicated to the striker role, or at the very least something attacking.
Yep.
Just like FC, striker, left mid cam. I'll play anywhere around the attack. It's It's where I play best, and I want the SSL player to be reflecting that. I like my strikers. I like when my strikers can run fast. I like when I can dribble with the ball. I'm a simple man. I want to receive the ball. I want to run a little bit, and I want to score.
Sound like a dog playing a game of fetch. I want the ball. I want to run around with it. And I want to have fun.
I might take the occasional long shot. I might have a vision. I might let it fly. But
There you go. There you go.
I do. To be fair, long shot. I did put 10 into long shots. So
there you go. Yeah. So as a starting player, you'll be relatively decent at it.
Yeah.
And then over the next 10 seasons, what's your end goal?
I'm not expecting anything. I'm not expecting like Ballon d'Or, like crazy best to ever do it. I just want to be a good, consistent starter for whatever team I end up joining.
Now,
or whatever
I
team
do think because FM will work the way that FM will always work. There will be the Ballon d'Or, there will be Player of the Year and whatnot. But there are also league. There are also league awards to where like the players will vote for who they think the overall best player was, or who they think like the best passer of the league was, best defender. Like there's a lot of awards that go out individual wise, as well as team awards as well. And I think that's gonna be the most exciting.
I'm obviously looking to shoot high. It's not in my expectations, but that's the goal is to be the best that you can possibly be. But you can't get there without being a little humble. So
this is true. And then I'll jump into what my player is looking to do a little bit here, and then we'll move on to actually talking about the league itself. But yeah, my player is going to be a center mid, center defensive mid, and a left midfielder, prioritizing that center mid build. Hoping to do box-to-box stuff. I'd like to be able to come back and defend when need be, but also hover around the top of the opponent's 18, looking to play the ball through tight spaces and make some plays happen. That's really it. The whole purpose of Dr. Watt has always been to provide assists, but if I can absolutely let one fly from the top of the 18, I don't see why I shouldn't.
You really should. You really should just dump 20 into long shots.
Oh God, dude, the friggin' Pierre-Emile Højbjerg fucking defensive midfielder piss missile.
Bang!
Dude, that's the one thing about Emile Højbjerg I miss at Spurs is that we don't have anyone who's willing to fucking let it fly anymore. He was who did it for us. But no.
I think Saar is kind of your guy for that now. I feel like he's scored a couple.
Yeah, he's had a few tap-ins, but overall he's like doing better on the defensive end. He'd assist more than he would score overall.
Oh, I've been added to a chat in the server.
Oh, there you go. You might have just got your team live. You might have just been found what team you're on.
No, it's season 22 class. It's not. I don't think it's a team.
Oh, okay. I can't wait till we figure out what team you drop into. It would be so funny. Actually, I'm gonna look around and see if.
I hope you get.
Dude, it would be so funny because I'm looking at all the teams, and the only teams like that don't have a lot of player is Sydney City, and that's the team that both Evil and I are on.
Yeah, we have literally 3 players.
Oh no,
dude, it would be so funny because Smalls is playing for Stockholm IK. This is perfect. This actually ties us right into what we're going to talk about. We're going to be talking about the academy teams. So starting from the top, there is Atletico Medellin, if I'm saying that right. I think I am. I'm just taking a look at the academy team list now. There's Sydney City FC, where Evil and I are. There's Stockholm IK. There's Victoria Falls Eagles. Adowa Accra FC. There's PS Jakarta. Wait, hold on. I might have it.
Well,
PS
he'll get it.
Jakarta. There we go.
He'll get it.
PS Jakarta.
Hey!
There's Port Royal FC. There's Istanbul Football Klubulu. Klubu? I can't with these European names, man. Dude, I'll do my damnedest, but I'm not good with these pronunciations. But those are the academy teams that I'm reading from the academy team list here. But in terms of teams that have already started trying to pick up players, Sydney City, Stockholm, Port Royal, Istanbul and Adowa have already started picking up a bunch of the Draft 22 class. And so I think by the end of the day, you'll be added to one of these teams. And if I had to guess, you probably will end up coming to Sydney City, solely because there are only 3 of us here so far.
Sweet.
I will say this: Sydney has some really nice fucking jerseys.
I do quite
Nice
like
kits.
them. I'm taking a look at them right here. Like, I like the purple is nice. Purple's one of my favorite colors. So
Love
to be
that
able to see it,
away jersey.
dude, the away jersey is very nice. Can you see the jerseys? Okay, guys. Here, I'll actually, I can't pull them up real quick. Or this is what I'll do. Now you should be able to see them. But these are what the Sydney City jerseys look like if you're tuning into the stream that I'm showing you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like
these
that home kit.
these are all the
Yeah.
crests, the jerseys.
I like the home kit for now. If I don't play for them, I hate it. So.
Yeah, but these are all the academy teams by the looks of it. So I don't fully understand how the league structure works yet, but I imagine it's going to be very easy to understand once a couple of people kindly tell me. But I imagine all the first season for all the rookies is going to take place in the academy, maybe the first 2 seasons, if I had to guess. Then it goes up to the minor leagues and then the major leagues. I don't think there is promotion relegation. I would have to ask around for that, but I think it's draft based, where you get pulled up and bought by the major teams, just like in the SHL.
I think there is a draft.
All right. Let's ask.
There
about
is a
it, too.
draft.
There is a draft. Okay, cool.
There is a draft. Yeah, because the draft was a couple days ago, so we're actually missing it. We actually missed it
So we missed the draft, but we got here just in time
before the season. Yeah, I mean, unless if they do like a year of academy first, then do the draft.
Mhm.
But I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, and
on that.
Of course, I plan on asking around about it anyways, so we'll have an answer by like next time we record an episode for this and whatnot. But no, as we go through
another new player. Sorry, I just want to. I noticed another new player, or in the new player list, because we saw that Remy got moved or added to that channel.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of people from SHL in here, and even somebody from SSL was like, "What's with all the new people?"
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, there's the if you look in Discord and go to the S22 draft class, there is about 35 people in it already.
Oh, let's go.
When you only have 200 active players, that's a potential
what's crazy
15% boost.
What's crazy is there is a draft class tracker, and we're part of 22.
Yep.
Yes. A lot of them are defensive or midfielders. There's only I want to say 4 strikers, 5 with Remy.
They ain't got the cojones to make it up top.
Hungman Smalls does though.
They got what it takes. That's my boy. they got what it takes.
Oh goodness. But I mean,
they don't do it like we do.
In general, depending on, because I think the server doesn't have 500 members yet. Yeah, no, it's 467. I would love to, do you have a pull up, or do you have a list of the draft class for each?
Yeah, they go back all the way to season 1.
Oh, sure.
Draft class 1, I should say. Yeah. Which I was reading that they are looking to expand next season.
Oh, okay. So we're just in time for a league expansion.
Yeah, I think we're at a great time to be joining in. It's a little bit more, it's established now, and they're looking to add.
Good.
So
good.
Yep.
Yeah, because this started, I think if I'm doing the math correct, with how long the seasons typically run for, what are you saying? Oh, perfect. Oh, wow. Hey, great. That works out perfect. Yeah, so that's how I'll do that. But when it comes to
what's going on?
I just lost my train of thought. Alec tagged me in something on the server.
Wait,
that was
that.
My thoughts are gone.
Wait.
Oh, jeez.
I will say though, draft class 21 is pretty big.
Oh,
I also
yes.
want to say that the
That's
top player in TPE has almost 600 in from last season's draft class already.
mhm.
So
600
that
TPE. Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm just like scrolling through draft class 20s at 819 is even larger than 22s.
Mhm.
Going back to 19, the top player has 1,025. That was actually smaller than than our season's
Okay, so
class already.
it seems like you have the ability to build TPE pretty quickly, which was something I was gonna ask about here. Because in SHL, you can only build TPE as they allow you to do the tasks that they send you over at SHL. Here, though, you can purchase using the player bank, and this actually brings
No,
us
you can do
perfectly
that in
into our
SHL
next.
too.
I also
You
noticed.
can
I
buy
Do
also
that
that.
every
noticed.
season.
I get it.
Wait, what?
I noticed I get it from like the activity check and like a training thing that I had on the
Yeah.
your
Yep.
player tab. Yeah,
Yep.
I just did that. I was going through that and I'm like, ooh,
Free
free
points for
stats.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same basic format that the SHL has. You can buy once per week
Mhm.
You,
or once per season. You can buy like
18.
20
Oh,
TPE, I
okay.
believe it
Yeah,
is.
no, that I'm aware of.
18.
That I'm aware of. But this is a little different because it looks like you could do more. Like you can buy the individual training, you could buy the player stats, which I think is really, or not stats, but traits, which I think is really cool. And you could add positions to your player, which is phenomenal. So you can do a position transfer for
You're gonna
5
watch me
million.
rock up at centre back.
You're friggin' how tall is Remy? 5'7"?
5'7", yeah, 5'7".
The ever so frightening 5'7"
I'm a
center back.
modern, yeah. I'm a.
I wouldn't even say Martinez
Oh my
because
god.
he's not even threatening.
No, what's oh I know the name of the centre back. I'm trying to remember his name. He's a Colombian.
Davidson Sanchez?
Um no. He doesn't play anymore.
Oh shoot.
It starts with a C. It's right on the end of my it's right on the tip of my tongue. It's
Is it Chavez?
no. Cordoba, that's it. Cordoba.
Cordoba. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Cordoba.
Taking the
I know
Cordoba
that
rule.
he's not. Yeah. He's like he is not tall at all. He's Hang on, let me check. He is fucking hell. I keep looking up more and more, and it keeps giving it to me in the wrong height. He's 5'8". Yeah, that's it.
5'8".
He's
Okay.
5'8". He's like one of Colombia's like best players of all time.
I think that would be the death of Remy as a player overall, is if you add center
Maybe.
back to his striker position. But
But it would be funny.
it would be funny. It would be very funny. But it would be 4 seasons, and you'll be like, "No team wants to pick me up. It's ridiculous. I'm gone."
Because I wasted a position on centre back instead of like right winger or some shit.
Oh man, I mean that would be pretty baller. That would be really really funny.
So funny.
But yeah, no. I do want to jump into the rubric conversation real quick. Smalls and I were talking about how it looks like things are a little more strict over here at SSL than they are SHL. Just from what I've heard, it seems like everything has to be not like original, but like you have to like not obviously plagiarize. Don't plagiarize and be a dick, but you've got to like have your
At
own
least-
content to bring to the table.
And not even just that, at least with the written portion, you get judged on your grammar. So
Sucks
grammar,
to be me,
spelling, and punctuations.
dude. It sucks to be me. I can't spell for shit.
Yeah. Because a 5 out of 5 marks gets you 1.5 million. A 1 out of 5 gets you 250,000.
Oh yeah, I do want to take a look
So-
at your, because you did post it just a minute ago. Yeah, so depending on how well you do, you can get paid. Are you getting paid extra, or is that like the maximum you
I'm
can
not
get paid
100%
for
sure.
specifics?
I assumed that is the maximum you get for, getting a 5 out of 5.
Mhm.
And I'm not 100% sure if that's bonus, though, because there wasn't a standard amount
Yeah,
when I was looking at it.
I can't wait to upload this, and they're like 2 out of 5. Do better next time.
There is
you
not-
fucking suck.
There is not one for podcasts.
Yeah, no.
There
So
is a podcast grading group, though.
yes, there is.
Because I've already talked to them.
You've already talked with them.
But-
Oh, very good.
Well,
Look
I
at
talked
you.
to one of them.
Yeah. Overall, it
um,
seems like it's a little more lenient because it's long form content rather than like a 500 word
Yeah.
essay or like a 250 word essay. So we have a
I
little
mean,
more creative freedom.
Yeah, the only requirement is all work must be 100% original.
Yeah, which I think is
Um,
something that we don't really struggle with.
No.
Yeah,
As-
nobody's
I mean,
copying
it's-
this shit.
Yeah, literally, we bullshit too much for people to be able to try and copy us.
They could
I mean,
never
it's
do
not like we do, like when someone did hear Rich chats about his new job, it's not like, Remy chats about his new job.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
The bartending dig is really good today, I think.
Yeah, the job I've been working with my functioning leg. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, so
He
far
works from home now. He doesn't have any patrons, but he drinks it all.
There you go. That's the
Yeah.
way to do it. I mean, overall, Alex only been in the server since we started recording the podcast, probably not even 45 minutes. We've gotten pretty good reception, I feel like, because a lot of our buddies from SHL have already been giving us the mick when it comes to starting and talking about it. Or at least I've gotten some grief from a couple of buddies from SHL about joining. More so, why did it take so long for me, who only talks about soccer and the hockey server, to get my ass over here? That was a message I got today. I
mean,
thought that was pretty funny.
When everybody in Anchorage is Spurs fans.
Dude, it's so funny. It's so funny. There's like a sports channel over at Anchorage, and I'm gonna get a little off topic here for just a moment. The entire sports channel is just filled with like 20 people who are Spurs fan, and I've never been more at home in my entire life. Because I have the occasional smalls to talk about.
I can only imagine how hard that chat was popping off during the final.
Dude, I wish I was there for it. I joined that team like a week after the final. I immediately walked into the sports channel posting a gif of Ange with the trophy, and people were going crazy.
Yeah, and then he left.
What Wad was about to say though is, I never grew up with soccer or anything, and just hanging out with Wad made me kind of like a Spurs fan. I just started paying attention more and more.
I've
That is like
assimilated him.
that is like adopting a child to like turn them into a slave. You cannot be fucking doing that shit. That is horrible.
No. What? Were you gonna convince him to watch West Ham? No way.
No, I never fucking do that because I care about the people who watch the sport. Go glory hunt. Go support like Liverpool or something, man. Don't.
Oh God! Don't take a Wesley approach from it. No. Ugh.
To be fair,
At least
I'm
he's
the one
happy.
that initiated. To be fair, I initiated a lot of it just because.
To be fair, I can't complain. It's like saying no, don't support West Ham or Spurs. It's like we both won trophies.
Yeah,
in the
we
last, like,
both-
3 seasons. So-
Yes, we can.
It's not like I
Yes,
can complain.
I'm in this debate now.
Hey,
Yes,
funny,
we have won
funny thing
trophies.
is,
Yeah, but we did it
my
on
first
beat, so-
year being a Spurs fan, we won the Europa League. So
Small
I
is
always
that
win
what we
things
needed?
in my first season.
Oh man! Now we've just got to get evil into it. We've got to get evil into the Prem as much as we can. Knowing him, he'll pick a rant. He'll be like, "I really like Brighton. Brighton's great."
No.
I'm not slandering
no.
Brighton. Never will slander Brighton.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Oh man, that's fair. Now that we've gotten off topic, I think it's time we start wrapping it in a little bit. We've gone over that half-hour point. So this is the first
Yeah,
episode
good
of
point.
our little SSL podcast. Name still pending. And by name still pending, I mean I'll make the final decision when I start uploading this tonight.
Even though you introduced it with a name in the intro.
I did. I introduced it with 2, but I think VAR, the VAR one is gonna stick. I quite like that one a bit.
Well, at least one person does.
I'm going to annihilate you. I'm going to destroy you with an asteroid if I could.
We gotta get Trench in here. Oh, Trench! Ah!
Wait a minute. Why did none of us made Trench? Oh, this is
Ah!
the worst decision. Oh.
No, to be fair,
Wait,
I don't want to put out Trench FC like fucking centre back
Yeah.
performances.
This is
In all fairness,
this is true. Oh God, that would
Someone
be a
did
riot.
make Joe Hendry though.
Yeah, someone outright made Joe Hendry as an attacker. But now
Yeah,
we're
I'm
getting
sure
I
into
mean,
our
he
FIFA
wasn't
club
coming in as
story.
a defenseman.
yeah, true.
He's a horrible defenseman. He needs to be on the offense. Anyways, I am your host, Dr. Wad, joined by the lovely Greg Evil, Hungman Smalls, and Remy Tyrell. And we will see you guys within 7 to 10 business days or something like that.
Goodbye.
See you guys.
Bye.